Hi, welcome to the channel. It is Thursday and it is beautiful over here when I'm recording this. So I write in a reading for life, love, and I want to say career and work with this cards. So today is going to be just a freebie. We're going to do what to drop, what to release, and what the situation is with no set direction. All right. I already shuffled these. Let's see what the cards have to say. One for what to drop, please. All right, for what to pick up or bring in, right? What to pick up. One card, please. Oh, okay. So it looks like immediately, like we're not moving forward with something. We are accepting that it's time to walk away from something. Because King of Wands is like, Wands is fire energy, it's drive, it's determination, it's going after it, right? He knows what he wants and he goes for it. Or she, right? Gender neutral. Just talking about the image on the card, they know what they want and they're going for it, right? And so it's like, I'm going for it no matter what. But that's what to drop. What to pick up is actually releasing. Like, maybe you've put all you can put into this. Maybe it's time to realize that there's nothing more to give here and it's time to walk away. And no matter how hard you're trying to push for this, right? Because this energy doesn't give up. It's time to actually leave this behind. What this is, oh, look at this card. It's just sitting up here looking at, oh, back under the deck is the Knight of Cups. So it might be some kind of connection. It might be something that hits you somehow emotionally, right? That could be, I don't know, it could be a job you love. It could be a connection, a friendship, a relationship, right? Family things. It's something regarding emotions that was past the phase of like just started. It was in like possibly the building phase or establishing phase. But it's time at this point to leave it behind or understand it's time to release it. Let's see what the situation is for this, please. Can we get the situation? And my hands are all over these cards. Oh, I fell out so randomly. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Because I think there's something that's trying to be established. There's a foundation that's trying to be built regarding something. Pentacles can be like, it's like your 3D world. It can also be like money or career, but also like health and wealth in other senses. So not just like money, like physical bills in the sense of wealth, but also like overall wealth, right? Wealth is not just money. It's health, it's connections, it's people, it's places, right? There's so many ways that we find wealth in the world under that term outside of money and work, right? Maybe like you love plants and plants make you feel like a sort of wealth by having all these plants in your house because they just bring you so much joy, right? And they make you feel so good. And that's like a form of wealth to you of like, I love my plants. They lighten up my house. They clean my air and just makes me feel good, right? There's multiple forms of wealth. So there's something here that you're trying to build on. It's past the idea stage. And that's why you have to release something to work on this. But I'm not sure what exactly that thing is at this point in time. So let's get into this. You know what? I used the wrong cards. I was supposed to use the Herbal deck and I used this deck instead. But you know what? This is clear, so we're going to dive in with these today and clarify. So let's clarify just the situation first. See if we can get a grip on what's going on here, please. The Knight of Pentacles. Totally backwards. I guess that's what it was meant to be. Knight of Pentacles. So we have cacao in the cacao in the wheel. Let's see if we have anything else. And this is the Mother of Water, Madre of Water, oats. All right, so this is the situation. So something you're trying to build. And we're going to read these. But I get the sense, again, it's something that you're passionate about, like in the emotional sense, or it's something you're trying to build that brings like peace and calm, right? Because oats, they're in that jar there, I think it looks like. Yeah, there's oats in that jar. That's the herb this card is about. In herbal medicine, oats are like a nervine support. So they actually help like calm your nervous system and give you support for the day-to-day, like adrenal bursts and just like how you're functioning. They just help like bring you back down. I mean, we're in a world where we're always getting like text messages, TV, right? Facebook, things from all the social media, emails. Work is like ping ping. You have Slack, you have Teams, you have, right? And there's always constant stimulation. And so oats is one of those that kind of just helps like support your nervous system in your day to day, and gives you like a more grounded energy, to reduce the frazzliness of what our world is currently, right? So I think this is some kind of, it could be like emotion because it's water, but it could also be like stress relief, right? Maybe whatever this is, this thing you have to drop or walk away from, is causing you a lot of stress or anxiety. And that's why you're having to leave it behind, right? It's not balancing, you're not getting out of what you're putting into it. Instead, it's causing you a lot of maybe tension. And it has to be a rebalance there. The wheel is always change, right? Something's changing. There's that saying like, nothing's for sure except that things will change if they don't seem like it. And so this is like a cycle. This card is really pretty. It has like a butterfly in it, which makes me think of transformation, as well as just all this lushness. So it's like a change, I think, of not only transformation, but also of growth in whatever aspect you're building under this Knight of Pentacles, right? Like not only are you changing, but you're blossoming, expanding, growing, right? There's all this beauty in this card. So it's a change that is beneficial to you under multiple aspects. And then we got the Hierophant. And this card isn't, I'm not getting anything off this card. I'm trying to think of like if it's pulling, the Hierophant is more like a card of tradition. So it could be that there's change in your tradition, or maybe you're trying to incorporate tradition into this that you're building. I only say change in tradition because you have the wheel right after. And it kind of makes me think that maybe you're trying to build something that is not the standard tradition. The change is actually something that is more supportive of you, but not following the standard rule book, right? So like if people are saying this is normally done with steps A, B, and C, you're saying like, no, I'm going to do it with step 1 and 1.A, and I don't know, right? It's just, that wasn't the best example, but just doing it differently, doing it your own way, understanding what the standards are, but then creating something in a way and changing it that is supportive of you and understanding of you, right? Not everybody's system works for everybody, and finding a system that works for you using the foundation base of what everybody else has, but tweaking it, right? Making it unique to what you need. That's what I'm getting. All right, we're going to read these and kind of see what we get for these ones because I don't know these by heart. So we're going to start with the cacao. A revelation is at hand. Seek the truth in spiritual teachings. The most potent wisdom emerges from the heart. The secrets of the sacred are available to all. Learn them, teach them. Drink pure cacao is an ancient practice that leads to greater oh my goodness. One more time. Drinking pure cacao is an ancient practice that leads to greater perceptive awareness by opening the heart. Commercial chocolate is cacao stripped of its beneficial properties, cloaked in delicious yet harmful ingredients. Only true cacao can open the capillaries and increase blood flow. Spiritual teaching must speak authentically to reach the heart, but some things must be revealed slowly, as too much cacao can cause the pulse to quicken. Learning too much too fast can overwhelm. Have patience with the pace of the divine, remain devoted to mystery, yet have respect for ceremony. Okay, and that card did speak to like the way things are done now, like raw cacao, right? Can be used in a form of medicine, but you have to make sure you don't use too much of it because it can quicken, it said, your, what was it? Increase blood flow and quicken. So there's a way it's done with the chocolate where it's stripped of its properties. So the chocolate we eat from like candy bars and stuff, it doesn't have the properties that are mentioned for the raw cacao route because it's been changed, filled with sugar. It's different now. Yeah, so chocolate's been stripped of its properties, it's been infused with sugar, and it's not giving us what it is, but that's the norm, right? That's the standard. But it's saying like the raw cacao, which is not standard, right? Which I didn't know about before I started studying herbal medicine. I thought like the chocolate bars and the raw cacao were all the same, right? But it's not. All that sugar infused changes it. So raw cacao has its own properties, right? And that's changing the system of what is standard. So that speaks to what I was saying earlier, kind of like how there's tradition, but then you're using that tradition and changing it to make it work for you. So like cacao for me, I drink it when I want to stay awake, because for me, the raw cacao has like a coffee like energy without the coffee like addiction or crash that you get. When I first drank cacao, I thought it was just like hot chocolate. And I would drink it at night and I kept being awake till like 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, what is going on? Like, what is wrong with me? And then, like, by day 3, I looked up the properties of cacao and I was like, oh, it's keeping me awake. So now I know. I don't drink it at night. I drink it during the day, whatever. If you need to stay up and study, though, it's great. But yeah. So it's traditional, but being used in a different way. Understand the tradition, but using it in a way that suits you. Let's talk about the wheel. The wheel says, weave a rainbow that makes the world whole. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not the wheel, it's the world. I read that card as the wheel. It is the world. Weave a rainbow that makes the world whole. Share your sacred work. Love wins. Fulfillment and satisfaction come after great achievement. You have accomplished so much. The garden is lush and thriving. Life is in full bloom. Panchamama, World Mother, is a sovereign deity of Inca mythology who represents all that is whole, beloved, and complete. Like you, she is a being of great power who has the ability to create life through joy and pain. The lessons you have integrated on your journey may represent themselves as if new, but honor them as the herbs of the aces are honored, as old friends who come bringing new gifts. As a new monarch butterfly returns, completing the journey of migration, the cycle of life goes on. Yes, this is a cycle change. You could be in process of it. You could be at the end or beginning, right? I'm thinking here you're at like the coming up to the end, just because the butterfly is transformation and what to pick up is walking away. So I think you're like wrapping up a cycle regarding fighting for whatever this King of Wands is. Okay. Lastly, let's read Oats, the mother of water. Let me find her. There she is. This green light keeps catching really weirdly. You guys see that? I don't know how to make it stop. Sorry. All right. Oats. Let the mother of water soothe your soul. Release anxiety by nourishing body and spirit. Open your heart and let intuition flow. The Madre of Water is a master of self-care. She is kind and gracious to others because she is kind and gracious to herself. As oat straw replenishes the land, she takes time to rest. By doing so publicly, she inspires others to do the same. She plants oats in the garden each year to replenish and fortify the soil. She feels full and complete after a day of good work and understands the power of oat straw and the delights in the calming medicine it provides. She knows healing takes time and she has faith in her daily cup of tea. Just as oats soothe fragile emotions, the Madre of Water transforms tensions into healing. Embrace your emotions. They expand your capacity for compassion. So yeah, this speaks to like soothing, supporting, having balance in emotions, and that allowing you to be more readily available to others, right? I always think of this phrase of like, we can't take care of others as we take care of ourselves, right? For instance, I have things to do after work, and if you have kids and stuff, pets, whatever, and you're like, I gotta take this to the kid. This is the kids, and I gotta get the pet out for a walk, and da 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 da. But you have no energy, and then you finally take time to like go to the gym or do that yoga, sit down, do breath work, right? Meditation, sit outside in the garden for 20 minutes just by yourself, lay on the floor in the room, right, and quiet, or play some music. Just a few minutes to yourself to recharge and build that into routine. Then you can have more to give to the people who are relying on you, right? There's more energy for you to provide, but you got to take care of yourself first to be able to provide more to them. Otherwise, you're depleted and you're running on depleted with them, which doesn't make you as, what's the word I'm trying to find? Like supporting yourselves allows you to put more into others. So you first and then everyone else. Take that as it resonates, right? I understand that there's not always a chance for that, and some people don't have that balance, like, because it's just life, right? But if you're able to, this is what this card is talking about, giving more to yourself and taking care of yourself to give more to others, right? All right, so that was what the situation is. I still don't quite know what that applies to, whether it's like work, people, projects, right? I'm not sure, but we'll keep going. Now we're on this King of Pentacles, what to drop. Let's see what we get. So this was like taking action. What to drop is releasing that action-based, have to like keep fighting for this mode. But I'm not sure why. So let's get clarifiers for King of Pentacles, please. King of Pentacles, please. Okay, we got two. We got the Chariot and the Fool. Okay, so you're moving towards a new beginning. That's immediately clear. And you're moving towards a new beginning away from whatever this is, right? King of Wands could be a person. King of Wands could be a state of being. Like you're in this go, 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 keep pushing, keep hustling, keep doing mode. And that needs to be released because maybe it's burning you out. Maybe you need to take some time for yourself, right? The situation talked about in the Oaths card, like taking care of yourself and healing. And I talked about for this Knight of Pentacles, like this is building investment towards some type of health and wealth, which could be money, but it could also be wealth in the sense of the small things in life, right? That bring us joy. Wealth in the sense that like you get to plant a garden, right? Wealth in the sense that you go lay in the park and read a book, right? Those things are wealth. Wealth in the sense of like having an apartment that's all your own, right? Those things are wealth in of themselves. It's not just money. And so I think, yes, it feels right. What I'm getting is this is like a hustle, hustle, hustle energy, and it's time to shift that because it might be like breaking you down. It might be exhausting, it might be burning you out. I'm not sure what it's doing, but it's not in the benefit of you for what you're trying to build. There has to be a balance, right? You can't just go, 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 go at full speed all the time because eventually you burn out. There are some people who can, and like good for them. I am not that person. I'm a Libra. I'm always about like I go a little bit and then I chill a little bit and then I go a little bit and then I chill a little bit. I need the balance. Like on my weekends, if I'm running around for a whole Saturday and I'm out, meet people, doing things, Sunday I just want to lay on my couch. I just want to lay on my couch and zone out and chill and watch some Netflix or whatever, right? And not have to function and socialize because I've done that already. It's to rebalance me. And I feel like this, you've been pushing, it might be to achieve something great, right? But I feel like there still has to be balance in taking care of yourself. So this card speaks to movement towards a new beginning. And again, there's these butterflies, right? And all these flowers. You can see it again. The Chariot card is this one. There's not, I don't know if you can pull much from that. Might be like moving away to reroot yourself. Ooh, yes, that's actually right. Moving away to root yourself again. You see these roots on the bottom? Like currently you're just running and you're not rooted, but rooting to, and it can also be like grounding. And then this Fool card is a new beginning, right? The Fool is taking a leap, taking a change, and this is what that is. You're changing, you're leaping, you're beginning something new. And again, you have this butterfly transformation, right? This has popped up on two of your areas, popped up on the situation, and it's popping up for what to drop. So you're releasing that go, go, go to root yourself and support yourself towards this new journey that you're going on. There's all these stones around. We think of grounding as well. There's like grounding and what's the word I want to say? Support in this change. So trust where you're going, trust that you're doing the right thing, and continue on forward. I'm going to get a card. I did these last time. I forgot to do these for the situation. We can go back to that. But these are like situation cards. I want to see if they have anything to say for this King of Wands energy, this hustle that we've been doing, and why we're moving away from it. Why we have to let that go. Drop it. Yeah, that one didn't quite fall. I'll do one more. Ooh, ooh, ooh. One more for King of Pentacles, please. Oh, they got a few. All right. So we got the Flame of Courage. It says, ignite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst shadows of fear. So yeah, I think there's some like, oh, sorry, the light is whatever that is. There's some uncertainty about letting go of this energy you've been in, right? And trusting yourself to move forward to an energy that's more supportive of yourself. And that's fair. Any kind of change is difficult. It's a change. Sorry if you can hear the yard work outside. They're doing something out there. Hold up. I'm going to close the window real fast. Back. All right. It should be a little bit better. Window now closed. This is Shield of Resistance. Employ your shield of resistance, guarding against external pressures while nurturing your internal strengths in love and career. So yeah, maybe there's an external pressure that makes you feel like you have to hustle, keep going, push yourself to the brink, right? But know that only you know what's best for you internally, right? Only you can feel out the path for you. And if something's telling you it's time to step away from this, listen to yourself. Listen to your internal voice, right? Let yourself guide you. Change ahead is the last one. And this says, embrace courage and determination, forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. So yeah, so it's all kind of around like trusting yourself as you move forward in this journey, because it is a change. This is an energy you've been in, and it's a big change for you, but you understand that it's time for this change, right? Your body knows, your mind knows, your heart knows, right? And it's trying to talk to you. But I know it's also hard to leave like not old, but your processes and habits that you've been in for so long that have become the norm. It's hard to walk away from those because we become comfortable in them, right? Even if they're not the best for us, they become our norm and our comfort. And it's scary to leave those behind and do something new. But trust that there's a reason you're being guided to do this. All right. Now let's do the 8 of Cups, what to drop. No, sorry, not it is what to drop, but it's also showing like release, right? Because these guys are just going around in a circle in my house. Every time I'm trying to read, their noise is coming through. Sorry if you guys can hear that. Anything else for 8 of Cups? I got that song from Craig David. I'm walking away from the troubles in my life. I was looking at this card just now shuffling and that song came in. I think it's Walking Away by Craig David is what it's called. To find a better day, I'm walking away. I'm walking away. Anyways. Okay, so you are walking away from something. That's what you are picking up. You're picking up maybe the choice to walk away, maybe the strength to walk away, right? To move towards something that is more supportive and beneficial for you, right? We have the 8 of Air, which is licorice, would be the 8 of Swords. So I feel like immediately kind of tells me you're in your head about this new chapter. You're in your head. I think you might know it's time to walk, but of course, once we've gotten there, it's always like, okay, am I doing this? Do I do this? Is this really what I'm doing? Like, okay, what am I doing, right? You kind of second guess yourself in the moment, even though you know it's where you need to go. It's always unnerving, right? To make the steps. And like 8 of Air is 8 of Swords in standard, and it speaks to like the mind, right? You're in your mind about it. The door is right there. The gate is right there. You just got to walk through it, but you're kind of like standing in front of it like, yes, no, yes, no. Do I want to? Do I not want to? Like, what am I doing, right? So you've made a decision, but you haven't fully processed through the steps of walking from whatever that is, right? Like I said, it could be that hustle energy. It could be a person. You're like right at the gate about to go through and just questioning whether this is the right decision for you. But I think it is. We next have the 10 of Fire, which is 10 of Wands. And 10 of Wands is like you're taking action to end a cycle, right? It's usually the guy carrying like a bunch of sticks up a hill. It's like a burden that was on you. This doesn't have that same kind of energy. It kind of has an excitement, right? In this card, they're making medicine. You can see that. They have like all the stuff cut up. They have the honey. They have this is comfrey, which is like a healing herb. So they're building all this stuff to heal. So I feel like you're ending an old cycle of not taking care of yourself, maybe pushing yourself too hard, or being in a connection that didn't support you in the way that you needed, right? And you're looking to heal through that and start a new cycle, building something that is unique, but also supportive to you, right? There's a really exciting energy around this card. It's like, oh, I can't wait to get started. So there's this hesitance to go through this gate. But I think once you go through this gate, it's like, yeah, I've done it. Like I'm starting this new journey, right? And it's like a bubbling excitement. It's just walking through this gate first and making that choice. And then we have Ace of Fire. Ace of Fire is like the first spark in something, right? This card shows mullein. Mullein is also, I think, a healing plant. I think it's good for your lungs. I want to say like for smoke and for grief. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong on that. But it grows in places I think that have been like, land has been like burnt over, like distressed land. Like if you do like, if there was a fire, right, or even controlled burning, mullein grows back in that space. Like that's what it thrives in. I might be understanding that wrong too, but that's what I remember from mullein. So again, don't quote me. But what this is saying is that once you go through this gate and you start this new cycle, you are excited. 10 of Fire to Ace of Fire is you're ending the cycle and you're beginning a new one that you are passionately excited about, but it's just the spark, right? You haven't started the garden, right? You haven't started buying the plants for your home, like we were talking about earlier. You just have the idea, like the excitement around, like, ooh, what can I build here? And I'm so excited to get started, right? And so it's that spark of passion, that spark of fire, that spark of excitement on whatever you've left behind is now left behind, and you're excited about what you're moving towards, right? Okay. Let's get some clarifiers here so I have to say for you. For 8 of Cups, please. 8 of Cups, please. Oh, there we go. Oh, so many. So many. I got that fire one again. Okay, we'll do one more. 8 of, ooh, they're ready to talk to you about this right here. Okay, that's it. So many. Okay, let me organize these. What's funny is you had the fire in What to Release. I think it was Ignite Your Soul. No. This is the same one. I can't remember what to see. So the first thing that we have is Labyrinth of Choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices. Embrace each turn as a part of your complex journey. So, oh, goodness. Let me get that to pull. There we go. You're obviously going on a journey. You're changing things, right? And this is telling you to just trust yourself as you move through this. I can't remember which side of this card you had before, but this time you have Rising Flames. And it says, let your passion guide you oh my goodness. Let your passion guide you to the fulfilling purpose meant for you. Then we have Meadow Moments. Bask in the meadow of moments where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. So enjoy the present moment, right? I don't know what that is that keeps catching on here. Enjoy the present moment of now as you move through this journey. Pathfinder, trust your inner compassion. Sorry, I cannot read today, guys. My bad. Trust your inner compass to illuminate your path through love, career, revealing the direction your soul whispers to explore. So trust your inner compass. Trust your inner guidance, your inner knowing, right? Your intuition. Trust